Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to demystify one of the most common challenges at work, professional writing. We're going to give you a really simple framework so you can pick the right format for your message every single time.
Okay, so picture this. You've got an important message to send at work. You're ready to type, but then you freeze. Wait, should this be a super formal letter or is a quick memo the way to go? It's a classic problem, right? But figuring it out is actually way simpler than you'd think.
All right, so let's start with the basics. What are we even talking about? Correspondence. It's just any written communication between two or more people. But here's the most important part to remember. It's always documented. It creates a record, an official paper trail of the conversation.
So how do we solve that whole letter versus memo problem? Well, it all starts with asking one single powerful question.
And here it is. The first step, the key that unlocks the whole thing, is beautifully simple. You just have to ask yourself, who is my audience? Seriously, that's it. Understanding who you're writing for changes everything.
And you know, that one question immediately leads us to our next point. Because your audience, well, they're always going to fall into one of two big categories. And this creates the biggest split in all of workplace communication, the difference between inside and outside messages.
So on one side, you've got internal correspondence. This is all the stuff that's meant to stay inside your organization. A great way to think about it is like a private conversation you're having in a meeting room. But then, on the other side, there's external correspondence. This stuff is heading outside the company walls. This isn't a private meeting anymore. This is you giving a speech on a public stage. Knowing whether you're in the meeting room or on that stage is pretty much half the battle.
Okay, so now that we know if our audience is inside or outside, let's open up the toolbox. We're going to start with a real classic, something that's perfect for those more formal, often external messages. Let's break down the anatomy of a letter.
What gives a letter its weight, its formal power, is its very specific structure. You've got the address and the date, the details of who it's going to, a proper greeting, a salutation, a really clear subject, the main body of your message, and of course, a formal closing and your signature. Every single piece has its place, and that's what makes it feel so official. But, and this is a big but, even with that formal structure, not all letters are the same. Not even close. The whole vibe, the tone, can shift dramatically depending on whether you're writing it for a personal reason or an official one. Just take a look at this. The closing says, "Cheers, yours sincerely, Faggy." You can just feel how casual and friendly that is, right? This is from a personal letter. It's all about expressing feelings, connecting with family, friends, people you know well. Now let's do a complete 180. Compare that to this. Yours faithfully, followed by a full name and a professional title. Whoa, totally different feel. This is an official letter. It's formal, it's objective, and its only job is to communicate an official position, cleanly and professionally. No emotion, just business.
Letters are great, but what about when you need to say something inside your company, and you need to do it fast? That is where you have to understand the power of the memo. You know, the absolute beauty of the memorandum, or memo for short, is its rigid simplicity. It is built for speed. You just fill in these 4 key headings: who it's from, who it's to, what the subject is, and the date. That's it. No fluff, no fuss, just the facts.
And that right there is the memo's greatest appeal. It's just so simple. It is the go-to tool for getting official info across quickly and efficiently within an organization. It basically trades all the formality of a letter for pure, unadulterated speed.
Okay, so we've figured out our audience, we've explored our 2 main tools, the letter and the memo. So now, let's put it all together into a simple framework for choosing the right tool every single time.
And here it is, your very own correspondence cheat sheet. Let's run through it. Need to send an official message to someone outside the company? That's an official letter. Want to share some feelings or personal news with a friend or colleague? A personal letter is the way to go. And for that fast, efficient, get-it-done communication inside the company, the memo is your absolute best friend. It really is that straightforward.
So there you have it, a really clear framework for getting your workplace writing right. But it does leave us with one last question to chew on. In our world of email, Slack, and instant messages, as our communication just gets faster and more digital by the second, does this kind of formality still truly matter? That's something to think about.